Yes, sir. Once again, I say fellow Biafrans, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. As always, I am George ONYIBE, of course, still on the issue of Biafra. I say compliment of the season, and of course, I wish everyone what they wish themselves this year. Above all, I pray we all find joy and happiness. As you all know regarding the issue of Biafra, we are not ignorant of activities that are going on. We may choose to pretend or shy away from the truth, maybe to deny ourselves from availing the responsibility to serve our people. But it's okay. Any choice you have made in a time like this, it's okay. But let it be guided by one simple fact that you are here to protect the overall interest of our people. I want us to briefly look at a topic I titled People's Opinion, People's Perspective regarding the issue of Biafra agitation as a result of the activities of Nnamdi Kanu. Let me start by saying today, in my last broadcast, I lamented, pointing out to the governor of Anambra State, Professor Charles Soludo, on why he should live in self-denial, because he was compassionately telling the Anambra that Anambra is peaceful and Anambra is calm and he has quenched all the security threats. We all know this is not the truth. We all know he lied. Honestly, Professor Charles Soludo has done beyond expectation, I can assure you. He has tried. But if he said it's over, that is wrong. That is false information. Because the last time I checked, in less than a week now, we have had incident of unknown gunmen killing several people in Oka, in Obusi, to mention but a few. And so the issue of insecurity still trend. And now, in the midst of all these atrocities, heinous crime against indigenous people by indigenous people, I want to believe you understand that people's perspective, people's view and opinion about us is bound to change. And in case you are ignorant of this simple fact, I want to use this broadcast to point out to you what they feel about the whole thing. And so whatever role you intend to play in the coming days regarding Ndibo, regarding Ndi Biafra, the people of Biafra, you should be able to apply your heart to reasoning. You should be able to ask yourself questions and make sure these are the things you should be proud of in the coming years. Now, let's look at the issue of people's opinion or perspective concerning us. I was actually taught by my parents never to pay attention to what people say about me. They say what people say should not matter to you, what people say should not bother you, motivational talk. But this is, if you toe on this line, you will be disinformed. Because in the real sense, they are not telling you to be careless about your life. They are only telling you is that why people say what they say, because people have to say what they have to say or what they want to say, because everybody is entitled to their opinion, because my mouth belongs to me and your mouth belongs to you. They are trying to help you not to allow such they say about you, good or bad, to influence your life. Because it could be, in fact, it is detrimental. And so each time somebody tells you, don't worry about people's opinion, I tell you the truth. They are not telling you not to consider what people are saying about you. They are asking you, don't allow it affect the way you live your life, the way you reason, the way you act. Very important. Because most of you will start by saying, people will say, and then let's see whatever they like, let them see whatever they wish to. But what if what they are saying is controlling your life already? What if what they are saying is the truth? That makes you predictable and very pathetic. The most hopeless way to live your life is when you are predictable. The moment people can predict you, you are gone. So you must become mysterious. You must become unpredictable. You must be able to change form and shape to be able to match every situation and standard. That is why Apostle Paul said, I became all things to all men that Christ may be one. Not because he wanted to, but he need to. It was necessary. And so, looking at that discussion this morning, it's to call your attention back home. Let's go back to the Bible a little bit. Towards the close, the end of the ministry of Jesus Christ here on earth, he gathered his disciples and said to them, "Who do men say that I am?" And of course, if Jesus Christ was an ignorant man, if Jesus Christ believed that people's opinion did not matter, he should not have asked about that in the first place. But this was a moment of revelation. This was a moment of re-evaluation. This was a moment to pass the message back home. Most of you don't know how they see Biafra agitation in a time like this. You don't, because you have been packaged to one end alone, where IPOB social media warrior and then now the Kanu Freedom Fighters Company Association has been able to repackage your brain. They lie to you from morning to night. Some will tell you Biafra is dead and gone. Some will tell you we are now Idu Kingdom. Some will tell you they are fighting to release their leader Nnamdi Kanu. They have to destroy all of you. And so depending on where you are getting your information from, depending on those who are feeding you, this is how you respond. But understand that in its totality, there is a way we are being viewed. I need you to understand it. I need to draw the picture closer to you. Maybe you'll begin to realize yourself. And Jesus said to the disciple, "Who do men say that I am?" He requested an answer. The disciples were making fun about it. Some say you are Elijah, some say you are Moses, some say you are John the Baptist, and so on and so forth. The guy was not smiling. And he asked them, "Who do you say that I am?" That is where the whole discussion started. Today, if I ask you, "Who do you say that I am?" George ONYIBE. And I'm sure many of you don't know. Somebody came on my wall and was trying to insult me from his own perspective. He said, "George, go and look for work. Biafra agitation is not a job." And so he thought I was being paid. He thought I'm still being paid. But I addressed him anyway. That is his perspective of me. Most of you who know me have different perspective. One of them on the Kanu social media warriors actually responded also. And he said, "This George ONYIBE who is hiding his face, if you see him, he drinks 6 bottles of Kai Kai every day. He takes 7 packets of Semoris every day, cigarette and so on. And honestly, since the day I gave my life to Christ, I don't smoke cigarette. I never smoked Indian hemp except maybe as a child. And honestly, you're talking about alcohol. I have to take alcohol somewhere along the line when I was poisoned by IPOB. 5 different times they poisoned me. The last one was Ababet. In fact, it was an IPOB member in Abia State who helped me to organize the traditional medicine that I use. They are mixed with alcohol. So I can't come out and pretend, "Oh, I don't take alcohol." But then, it really doesn't matter what you think about it. I'm trying to draw you closer home. So why I'm putting it up to you is, sometimes you say ignore them. No, I didn't ignore the guy. And I said, "You don't even know me. If you know me, you will understand that I'm a reverend and I'm not what you just described." And then some people know me for who I am truly. If I don't tell you who I am, you don't know. And so if we don't tell people who Biafrans are, they don't know. Because many people think Biafrans are unknown gunmen. Some think Biafrans are kidnappers. Some think they are picking pocket. Some think they are ritualists. Some think they are Shabbatarian. Some think we migrated from Israel. Some think that we are Jewish. Some think that we are Faribeku people. Some think that we are Utimpu. Some think that so many things. And I tell you, they are all right. Because we are doing that. Those who think we are kidnappers, you are right. Those who think we are known gunmen, you are right. Those who think we are ritualists, you are right. Those who think we don't love ourselves, you are right. Whatever you think, you are right. Because the activity of Nnamdi Kanu in Igbo land in the name of Biafra, my brother, if this is how Biafra struggle is, I won't even log on any page where Nnamdi Kanu and his criminal group are doing anything. But now we have come. We have to rectify all this rubbish. But then you should have a common knowledge of what people think about you now. Maybe you are too busy to consider that. When we hear about the issue of Biafra before, it is an issue that makes the bloodthirsty individuals among the Nigerian state to be guilty. These people are so guilty that they don't even want the issue to be addressed. And without fear or favor, without due respect, I address people like Olusegun Obasanjo. He fought more than others all his life to make sure the issue of Biafra is not addressed. Without due respect, the president of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, fought as much as he can. The issue of Biafra is not discussed. Am I talking about Ibrahim Babangida? Should I talk of late Yaradua, elder brother? Should I talk about late Abacha? Should I talk about the 11 generals who actually sat upon the issue of one Nigeria and killed over 10 million people? Some say 3.5, some say, let's assume it's 1 million. So we have a problem in Nigeria, and so some group of individuals raise up and decide some group of individuals that will be killed. Oputa was there, he set up a panel. Obasanjo frustrated that panel. What am I saying? Before now, the issue of Biafra is a no-go area. Those who are part of this atrocity, heinous crime against our people, wish they could bury it. You think Babangida married Mary and Babangida because he loved Anyoma people? You think when Obasanjo married Stella, somebody from the Midwest because he loved Bender people? They're trying to make amends. It's not enough. It's not enough. This is a crime committed against the people. I, as a history student, I was taught in the history class that the cause of Nigerian Biafra war was as a result of the personality clash between Ojukwu and Gowon. I never forget about that topic. You know, most of you in the Eastern region, you didn't study history in school. But in my time in the secondary school, history was still there. I could still remember most of those topics that were addressed. I understand the issue of Shaka the Zulu, Samuel Utori and the Madikan Empire, the cause of Nigeria. So many, I have not forgotten any of them, to be sincere. And when the issue of Biafra was actually addressed, it is said that the cause of Nigerian Biafra war was as a result of the personality clash between Ojukwu and Gowon. And I have wondered all these years, how could personality clash between two people lead to the death of 1 million people? Something is not right. Now they didn't tell you the truth. Why am I bringing up all these issues? The issue of Biafra before now. A lot of people don't want to talk about it. Nigerian perspective before now. Obasanjo will not want his actions to be reviewed while he ordered Asaba massacre. A lot of things were hidden. Buhari cannot give us account what he did in Imo State because he was in charge there. And if Abacha was alive, he will tell you how much he tried to create more divide and rule within the Ogoni Axis and the Port Harcourt Axis. What are we not seeing? They don't want it to be mentioned. I'm truly sure they have repented. I'm sure they regret their actions. But it looks like it's almost too late for them to make amends. And gradually they are being justified. Because with what we see today, if this is what has led these men to fight against Biafra, my brother, if I was there, I would join them to fight against Biafra. If what Nnamdi Kanu and his men are doing today is what made Obasanjo and other 11 generals to fight against Biafra, my brother, by now, I will be a general like Muhammadu Buhari. Who is not telling himself the truth here? Why can't we save the next generation? Now, get it straight. We are talking about the issue of Nnamdi Kanu in a time where it is unpopular to talk about them. But who give a heck? Who give a damn? If it is not the truth that brought us here, what will a reverend like me, for almost 21 years now, going to 27 years, have been a reverend, still being monitored, every of my activities? That the religious body who organized the issue, you won't understand what it means to be a reverend anyway. I didn't tell you I'm a pastor, evangelist, pastor. I say I am a reverend. Go and find out. If I were to be under the same order with Mbaka, maybe I would be in the monastery by now. If I were to be found guilty, maybe I shouldn't be here. But let's leave that. It doesn't matter now. If Nnamdi Kanu and his bingos, Simeon Ekpa, Idu Kingdom, Igada Migada, Ugodo Migodo, all this career freedom father, if what they did was what Ojukwu did, I swear to God, I will be worse than any of these people. You need to get their perspective. So when we talk about the issue of Biafra before, Nigerians shy away from it. They don't want it to be discussed. A lot of atrocity have been caused. A lot of damage. Little wonder did they move into the 3 arrows. Reconstruction, rehabilitation, and then what else? This should not have happened in the first place, but it did. So we move on. When you look at the British perspective of Biafra before now, British actually set on the blood of our people. Late Queen of England did everything within her power to use the media, BBC media, and give us blockage. Most people thought we were going through famine. And I've asked many of them, was it, how could you say there is famine in a rainforest region? Oyamiri. How could there be drought in Oyamiri? British did everything they could do. They had the support of Russia, Soviet Union, and many other countries. I will not come out openly to blame America because they had their own issue with the Vietnam. Many countries supposedly who are noble and moral and advanced supposedly were part of this genocide in Biafra land. That is why nobody will ever say what happened in Biafra land is genocide. They need to be in control of the resources, the oil, the gold, everything. This is their supermarket. They need to subdue us. They need to subdue Obasanjo, give him some food, let his people suffer. They need to subdue Buhari, give him some food, let other people suffer. It's okay. Is the Nigerian populace not suffering it? And so, from the British perspective, Biafrans are rebellions because they fight for their rights. Biafrans are rebellious because they shouldn't even talk about their right to self-determination. Biafrans are rebellious. Who the heck are they to tell us to leave the oil in their land? They are lower animal and should be treated as such, because if we leave them to excel, then Britain will not be here anymore. And so they have their own perspective of Biafra. But inside of them, they know what they are doing is not right. There is no amount of repatriation. There is no amount of appealing. There is no amount of restitution. There is nothing anybody will do to change this truth to become lie. But they can let us go. Going in this instance now, they should remove their hand from Nigeria. And this is where the issue of Ninas still coming. These people want a renegotiation of Nigeria. The colonial masters should let us go. And then we should have a table where I ask the Hausa man, the Yoruba man, the Efik man, Ibibio man, Anang man, Ijo man, Urobo man, Igbo man, Igala man, Idoma man, and so on, Gwari man, Nupe man. And all of us sit on a table and think about how to design our life and move forward. This is the only liberation. This is only the beginning of prosperity for any of us. What I don't understand is that even after 20 years of independence, the descendant of Clifford, the descendant of Mafosin, the descendant of Frederick Lugard, they never lived Zungeru. They never lived in Nigeria. And so when you tell me about the first dispensation politicians, first Republican leaders, these were mere instruments in the hand of the descendant of those who created Nigeria in the first place. When did Tony Blair leave Nigeria? When did he leave Zungeru? And you think they were here because they love Nigerian weather? They love Nigeria? They were perfecting the misery and the suffering we are going through today. And so every form of agitation is the evidence that the system itself, it's like oil and water. I quote Awolowo. It is reporting against itself. It is tearing itself apart. And so when you look at the British perspective of Biafra, they know we ought to be free. They know if Nigeria, it's okay, it's many things will be better for all of us. And of course, it will still be better for them. But then they justify their action by the failure of the first Republican leaders. When I study the issue of unitary system of government, where the West are on their own, the North are on their own, the Middle Belt on their own, let's assume the Midwest on their own, and then the East on their own, and then the 5 regions, the regional system of government, they pay to the federal government, and then certain rules are there. This is how places like Malaysia are developed. These are the strategy. If we had that system of government in place, things will not be worse as it is today. But then it boils down to the same thing. Who destroyed that system of government? And now you will understand that from independence till the Biafran War, all the leaders were assassinated. Almost all of them. Are we talking about Dinka Sunka Dinka? Are we talking about Moritola Mohammed? Are we talking about Tafawa Balewa? The only person that escaped assassination is Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe and General Ogundikpe. And that is because General Ogundikpe ran away. And if people like Omar Odiko didn't run to London and drop all the money he stole there, maybe he would have just check all of them. Who was responsible? Because the moment any of you come with any idea to undermine the British presence in the context of one Nigeria, you are in trouble. I remember Moritola Mohammed trying to change certain things to boost the image of Africans and of course Nigeria. Stratford Bank, the British bank, it changed to First Bank. And then British Petroleum, it changed to African Petroleum and so on. He was assassinated. Why? Because the presence of these people were there. So when you talk about Biafra before a Nigerian who is part of the problem of Nigeria, their perspective is different. When you look at the perspective of who Biafrans are from that of the British government who create Nigeria, their perspective are different. And then look at the perspective of Biafra from those who are just coming across our borders, coming across our activities. It is different. But let's look at those who are Biafrans already. Many Biafrans today believe that Biafra agitation is about business. And they are right. Look at Nnamdi Kanu and his criminal gang. They are changing method of fundraising. But it's not working any longer. In 2019, towards the end, Nnamdi Kanu rip off Biafrans across the globe because we believe in Elohim. We believe in Elohim and we will continue to believe in him. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, Elohim and Adonai. Age to age was still the same, by the power of your name. Oh, El Shaddai, El Shaddai, Elohim and Adonai. Lord, I praise and lift you high, El Shaddai. For the love of El Shaddai, Elohim, now they cannot jump on Radio Biafra. Elohim have told me that Biafra will come in 2020, that you might know that he sent me. If Biafra did not come in 2020, know that Elohim did not send me. Sabotage started. Yahoo started. Betrayal started. Character assassination started. Killing one another started. Biafrans who are not guided by conscience, they thought this is opportunity to reap where they didn't sow. They jumped to the platform pumping money. Ego Yibo, pumping money. Because Biafra was going to come. Now the Kanu reap a lot of money. The thing entered his brain. And so he was on Radio Biafra insulting everybody. He turned to unknown gunmen, spirit from Elohim, and the rest of the stupidity. And now they have changed again to another one. Now the Kanu hurt. Each time you hear IPOB tell you, now the Kanu have Gastelian intensta, now the Kanu on anyo, now the Kanu has transplant, is fundraising. I wonder why they've not done his heart transplant and he was still alive. They lied to the extent they told you DSS was taking his blood, 3 pints every day, 3 pints, anoman everywhere. It's not working. And if I may bring your attention to the latest one now. IPOB Media Warrior now are telling you this year, 2023, IPOB will do everything humanly possible to lobby all the lobby. It's fundraising, you know. We are here to defend our land. Nobody will kill our people again and walk away. It's fundraising, you know. Meanwhile, on their website, on every social media platform, support ESN, support unknown gunmen. You are supporting every Atoron and Yoshi. It's fundraising. So you want to tell me that over 10 years now of Biafra agitation, that then now the Kanu with all the money at his disposal has not been able to lobby even one single one? This is the time when there is no longer fundraising. They want to lobby all the way. Who could they heck are these people? And everybody is looking at us. I love the Bible, honestly. The book of Hebrew, it says, being surrounded by a huge crowd of witnesses, let us therefore lay aside every weight that easily besets us, and then patiently run this race that is before us. Did you get that description? He said, understand that you are surrounded by a lot of people. It's just like in a pavilion, for instance, a coliseum or a stadium. You are on the pitch playing football. You are surrounded by a huge crowd of witnesses. They will say when you are wrong or when you are right, when you did well or when you didn't perform well. It said, be very careful. Look at those things that can hinder your progress. Put them aside and then patiently do your best, because people will testify. And so the people of Biafra must understand you are surrounded by a huge crowd of witnesses. Don't let anybody deceive you. And they are observing us. That is one of the last advice I gave to Nnamdi Kanu and China Sangwuru. You are dancing naked in the marketplace, and be rest assured the whole world is watching you. They never believed me. Just look at them now. They are trying to modify the process. China Sangwolu, Chike Doziana is telling you, if IPOB have offended you, you have to come back. We will forgive you. We will receive you. And then I say, who is this idiot? Those you have blackmailed, those you have lied against, character assassinated, and then some of them are animal. I know they are going to go back and say, then your media warrior will publish it. For instance, they say, oh, Judge ONYIBE has appealed to Nnamdi Kanu, they are forgiving, thunder, fire, all of them. How will you do to those you killed? The ones betrayed by Nnamdi Kanu from in the northern part of Nigeria. Most of you don't know Nnamdi Kanu and his sister in Nigeria. They are even betraying IPOB people in the northern region. The one in the west, Pastor Jack dominated it. He has been betrayed. And then they are busy telling you, oh, they are taking our people to the lock up in Jakanchan. They are doing our people, but they are the ones. So what will Nnamdi Kanu do to Akowara? The ones in the grave, how are you going to make peace with them? I remember I warned Nnamdi Kanu and China Sangwolu. I say, when you are tired of somebody, allow the person to go. I told China Sangwolu and Nnamdi Kanu. You know, the painful thing there is, being in contact with Nnamdi Kanu, I thought in the inception he was being deceived. But I knew he was the masterminder of all the things you are seeing. There were times I was saying, do like this, do like this. I told you Nnamdi Kanu and China Sangwolu. Do you know these things you are doing will create internal enemy? And they will be the greatest problem you will ever have. Chinasa Nworu said, yes, we know, we'll be ready for them that time. Now, I hope they are ready for me. I hope they are ready for me. Because there are many people not talking, but they are waiting for you. And Benjamin Madubugu told me they have outlived their usefulness. So I have outlived my usefulness. And now I begin to understand why Nnamdi Kanu always call me. He said, I hope you don't discuss with Uche Mefo. I hope you are not discussing anything with Uche Mefo. And God knows I don't discuss anything with Uche Mefo. Strictly on relationship that concerns us. And then Nnamdi Kanu thought his atrocity will die with me. And nobody will believe me. And that is when I allowed Uche Mefo to see a little bit of who Nnamdi Kanu is. And Uche Mefo don't know. Some of you say Uche Mefo is the one on Radio Biafra and then giving order for our people to die. Some idiots used to accuse me. Your guy Uche Mefo, is he not the one giving control? My brother, you are a mugu because you don't know that Nnamdi Kanu, even in DSS custody, have Android phone. All these things call for questioning. I have told you, I have his WhatsApp number in Kuje prison. I have his Facebook account in Kuje prison. He talked to all of us. And so that is why when Nigeria are telling you, oh, if you do Nnamdi Kanu this, you are terrorist, you are this, I still have not been able to, it's not very clear what the game is all about. But we will know very soon. We are Biafra watchmen. We go nowhere. We are not going anywhere. So I need you to understand it. Now they are changing strategy. I thought we have conflict resolution committee. Do they even know how it functions? Nnamdi Kanu will tell you we have a structure. Doesn't Nnamdi Kanu know what is structure? That reciprocant, that racicant? Does he know what is structure? He's the Biafran bank manager, he's the Biafran lawyer, he's the Biafran doctor, he's the Biafran mechanic, he's the Biafran high priest of Abenokpabe. Everywhere he's the LOY, the Shabbatarian. He went to Israel to communicate with LOY for us. Does he know what is structure? Command and control. One of my brother, they call Anyemena, Radio Biafra International. He will always say, chain them and command them. He chained all of us and be commanding us. Very unfortunate. So, when it comes to the people of Biafra, don't judge. Because anybody you see, those who don't know what is happening, pass by. Don't judge by popular opinion. Come closer and find out who they are. You will be shocked. You will be shocked. Find out. But majority of the people now believe that Biafra agitation is business. Majority of the people believe that Biafra agitation is a family company. Majority of the people believe that Biafra is dead and buried. Majority of the people see you as a criminal when you talk about Biafra. Just three perspectives. And then ask yourself, with all the things happening now, does it give credibility to the issue of those killed in the name of Biafra? Or does it completely write it off? Because the sacrifice of those who have gone before us has been covered in the dust and the mud of the atrocity of Nnamdi Kanu and his fellow gang. Who remember they are killing you anymore? Go and investigate the killing in Amufu Enugu. It is Nnamdi Kanu. Since 2020 till today, go and check 99.9% of Igbo blood flowing in Igbo land. He's seen Nnamdi Kanu and his criminal gang. Whether he's still able to control them or not, he's seen Nnamdi Kanu. And then once you begin to answer, where are the Fulani headsmen? Where are the Miati Allah? Where are the Boko Haram? So, if you understand the perspective from three different angles now as I've reviewed, why don't you retrace your step? I'm asking you to do only one thing now. Move back from Nnamdi Kanu so that you can see clearly what they are doing to Igbo land. I'm asking you, move back. They are doing fundraising. They are doing anything. Move back. Simeon Ekpa is there telling you, I think it remains 50 days for Biafra to come. And then Nnamdi Kanu is telling you they are going to lobby everything lobbyable. Who are you lobbying for? But I don't understand why Nnamdi Kanu and his stouts can even think that they will mess up with the brain of people like me. A brain that reasons anti-clockwise. How exactly are you going to lobby for me? You see, you are wasting your time. Anyị gbacha seka uche chukwu gime adi ama. Let's save our land. Let's put an end to this atrocity. Because the end result is that the activities of the unknown gunmen will not come down. But if we respond, it will be subsided. And so when you believe Nnamdi Kanu is your savior, and then another belief Nnamdi Kanu is responsible for the activities of unknown gunmen, it divides the society further. Why wouldn't they kill your PG? Why would they kill your Igwe? Maybe they will come for your father. And some believe he's a man of God. And some think he's in prison with the GSM. And feeding with 3 million every month. 2 million for him, 1 million for his family. Did you not hear Simeon Ekpa raise fund towards that effect? Did you not hear that highway and Igadami Gada and Ogodomi Godo? And now, that which held us together have divided us. The Biafra agitation under Nnamdi Kanu you know today is not the one you know before. Before it is too late, help and stop this mess. I am still here because we are part of the process that created this monster. We must starve it to death. And until then, we are not going anywhere. But is it not amazing I'm not from the southeast? I'm supposed to go my south. But I'm still here because he placed his hand on the plow and look back is not fit. If I have told you follow Nnamdi Kanu is a good man, and I discover he was a pretender, I will respond adequately. And that is what I'm doing. If you do not rise up now and find out what is happening, they will grow wings as they are growing already. And they will ravage Igbo land. And Nigerian state will have no other option than to begin to create IDP camp, to begin to build more barrack. And those of you shouting military occupation, that is when you will see it in its full form. But should it get there before we react? It doesn't matter where you are. You can be part of the process that will bring sanity to our land. There are plans on ground by different groups to correct this mess. But you see, it is not yet time for them to surface. Because Nnamdi Kanu, one of his greatest weapons of undoing is that he didn't know by now Biafra nation will not be saying anything. Because he didn't believe that by now the facto customary government will not mobilize people on the street. And so he was ready. By now, IPOB media world, look at how they are trying to destroy Simeon Ekpa. The Simeon Ekpa, holy Simeon Ekpa, Nnamdi Kanu told you. These are the men you should listen to, hear him. It's not running. No, just imagine what they are trying to do to Simeon Ekpa, the idiot. The dwarf in Finland, marrying his mother money. The very hopeless man that told you them, just no, you can imagine what they will do to Uchimefo. Imagine what they will do to in fact, the night IPOB expelled me. Glory to God. That morning, I was called by Secret Service agents. One that is very close to me. And he said, yes, George ONYIBE, are you that? I've said this in my earlier broadcast. We understand you are a leader of an armed group, Malaysia group. I said, I don't understand. He said, you formed Biafra WATCHMEN. We were reliably informed that these are criminal groups, militia groups, ready to unleash mayhem in Biafra land, as you call it. And I said to the man, I want to also believe, the woman rather, I want to also believe, you know, I'm a reverend. You must say, yes, we know. I said, then if I say we are Biafran watchmen, what are we supposed to do? What is the significant representation of watchmen in the Bible? We are prayer warriors. Yes, we are Biafran watchmen, but we are a group of prayer warriors. Because the situation we have found ourselves, it has to take divine intervention. And so, does that call for anything? And the person kept quiet, and for a while he said, okay, it is your people that petitioned you. Nnamdi Kanu petitioned me. But those people know better. Because the South were asked to look into my matter. So if I'm from the Southeast, some corrupt, criminal-minded politicians, hopeless people in the Southeast would have betrayed me like they betrayed Akwara. Is that not how it functions? So South didn't sell me out. But Southeast sold Akwara out. Southeast sold Obase out. Southeast sold all the people who want to expose Nnamdi Kanu. Southeast, I don't know who they are, sold all these people out. Come and sell me now. And I was advised. And so with this mindset, you will know where Nnamdi Kanu was coming from. But now nobody to betray, nobody to blackmail. Buhari is not killing us again. Nigerian military army are not killing us again. Now it is him on Ekpa killing us. Nigerian DSS are not killing us again. He that swore to the wide wind will of the wide wind reap corruption. Pull back. Make amends. Repent of your sin in the name of Biafra. And the gods of our land, our ancestors, will pardon you. Ubu agwoko here here. Yo, anama jogodo, anumere unne yezuri. And of course, on this note, I will bring the broadcast to an end. But before then, don't forget, people's opinion about Biafra agitation are differ. You can help to make them see the real truth. And make them know that Nnamdi Kanu and his career freedom fighter group of company, they never represented anything concerning Biafra. These are hardcore Nigerian politicians. But why they are trying to bring Nigeria to her knee by Biafra issue is what we are still trying to find out. Disassociate from Nnamdi Kanu. Anybody, this is how you know them. Any group that tell you Nnamdi Kanu is their leader, they are your problem. Lately, it look like Nnamdi is not uniting Igbo people. And so since I say it's sponsored by Nnamdi Kanu, they are not uniting Igbo people. Nnamdi, come and unite us. Anybody that tells you Nnamdi Kanu is their leader, they are your problem. They are the unknown gunmen. They are the Yahoo. They are the Eastern security. They are the people killing Igbo people. They are the ritualists. And then let me see if there is any Nnamdi Kanu bingo on my platform. Let me see if I can deliver any of them this morning. Who is this one? Igbo Gadema. Igbo Gadema Gaderegema. Who is the another one? No bingo here. Or they are still doing Christmas. No Nnamdi Kanu bingo. None of them here. I think I have deleted all of them, many of them, because I now work in block industry. If you come here, you do PIM, I will supply you block. No animal here. Maybe they will come back later. Useless set of criminals. In the name of Biafra. I block many of them, over 1,000 of them. Where is, I think I can see one. Ikechi, what did he say? Soludo is first class Biafra. Okay. Ikechi, God bless you. No Nnamdi Kanu idiot here. Or they are, where you come later on, you top him, I will give you block industry. Very hopeless set of people. People without conscience. Feeding on the misery of their people. Nnamdi Kanu is in the DSS dungeon. They put in DSS hair, and he's using Android phone. Where Jishon Apatomakas and the era. Very disgustful set of people. I can't see Nnamdi Kanu bingo here. Maybe they are still doing Christmas outdoor everywhere. But in the absence of that, well, you say, I am here. If our leader give us Biafra this year, all of you will not come home. Your name is Uduogo Nwenyinya. Uduogo Nwenyinya. Are you a bingo? Don't make me laugh this morning, Uduogo. But I'm not in diaspora. I am here in Biafra land. Only one bingo on bingo. Uduogo, I am here in Biafra land. So you see, we go nowhere. That mind Uduogo is not a bingo. It's just telling me the mindset of bingos. When Biafra come, you won't come home. When Biafra, I have been warning you people. Every IPO being the Kanu idiot. The day I see your shadow around me, around my family, the day I see you around, oh, e amai tu ekesi anyango adi amama. E amai tu ekesi anyango. It's a promise, not a threat. In the absence of Nnamdi Kanu bingo, I sign off from here. This is New Year. This evil need to be stopped so the people can get their life back. Don't think it's a child's play. They are growing wings on daily basis. Because Nnamdi Kanu betrayed some of his unknown gunmen. Now they have AK-47. They have to kill anybody to survive. They are in the bush now. Their house rent has expired. Now they can't go anywhere. With AK-47, they believe they can make ends meet. Some of them now have been employed by different groups in the name of Biafra. Even politicians. And you see, their life cannot remain the same again. If we have a process, if we have a plan, we can rehabilitate these people. We can bring them down, make them disappear, give them a fresh new life. With time, they will save others. And this atrocity will be gone. Remember, Igbos don't kill people before now. Remember, Igbos don't kill people before now. They can kill in the secret, but not in the open. And that is why when Nnamdi Kanu started his criminality, he was telling you, Mando. He threw corn for you to make you see the beauty of life you already know. While he was shouting, Mando, he needed you to believe that Hausa, Fulani and Yoruba are killing Mando. But now Hausa, Fulani are not in our land. Who is killing Mando? It's not in our character. I remain George ONYIBE. I sign off from here. I'll still be back. We're not going anywhere. Ndewono.